Hello and welcome back to Zen Joltis for the Coke Vanilla Cup series here on GornFan291. Join me once again is Chris Washer 97, aka Chris Washer, obviously.
Hey guys, what's up?
So we will have 16 laps here today, as on the front row, a couple of Roush teammates, Brennan Patterson and John McNamara. Row 2, Drew Austin and Bob Johansson. Row 3, Daniel Day and Seth Cole. Jack Smith and Kyle Thomas will be row 4, and row 5, Jeffrey Buckeye and Warren Cherry. As the command has been given, Chris, based on what we saw yesterday in the nationwide race, what are your expectations for today's race? Here, 16 laps for these guys. Do you expect any less action than we saw yesterday?
I think the reverse of what you said. We're gonna have more action than we ever had all weekend here at the Zen Jolta Super Speedway here in New Mexico. But 16 laps, 5-6 laps from the Hooters nationwide race, and in that room, that much laps makes it have more room for the big ones to appear, as we had like 2 wrecks in the nationwide race yesterday. So we could see 3, and we could see a caution in the race yesterday. I mean today, like the Hooters won yesterday.
Very true. That one ending in a caution, as the caution came out on lap 10. Actually, as they're coming to get 11. And obviously, if that had been the case, if it had been the same number of laps as this race, that one easily could have had like a 1-lap shootout. Do you see maybe any team orders here with maybe some of the teammates who, like, I don't know, maybe like an RCR, or how about even just the Roush? I mean, you have the Pulsator has a win.
In my opinion, team orders are stupid. In my opinion, team orders are stupid to begin with, because it's supposed to be just the best car finishes the race all for one. You know, so it's supposed to be best car wins, not telling a car to back off and let your teammate win. So hopefully we don't see any team orders, but if we do, it'll be just disappointing.
Well, I was just thinking maybe, like, for example, let's say the 1797 or 1-2 coming down towards the checkered flag. Patterson already has a win. McNamara does not. I mean, maybe try and have maybe Patterson doesn't make a move, trying to let McNamara win the race and actually get the win that he will need.
Well, I don't think team orders should be given to another person race, because if they suck, they suck. It has to be best car wins. That's my opinion on that.
Okay. Well, a pace car here will be pulling off momentarily, as the field will come off of the 4th and final corner. And the Indianapolis field there, as you have grandstands on both sides of you. And the DeWalt Ford Fusion of Brennan Patterson will take the green flag. We're underway here from Zen Joltis. As here comes Bob Johansson for the race lead, car 88. Coming down the back straightaway. Didn't take them long to get about 3-4 wide back there in the back.
Yeah, and John McNamara, of course, we were talking about him earlier, how, you know, Brandon Patterson should back off, but McNamara.
I didn't say he should.
I
didn't say he should. I was saying maybe that would be something that could happen. Just something that could happen. I mean, looking at the big picture here of trying to get as many of your teammates into the chase as you can. As Patterson showing his strength up at the front, just like it seems like the outside line for some reason has a lot more strength than the inside line does, which is a very interesting thing to say about any super speedway or any track there for that matter. As Matt Dixon grabs second, he goes to the high line to come off this corner. That's an interesting move there.
We're coming across the line. Brandon Patterson leads the first lap without any competition, but I think that'll change when the second lap rolls around.
Well, yeah, here comes some of his teammates. Danny Everett, William Duncan on the inside line. One of the Coca-Cola cars out there today. I was going to say 4 wide, but then they looked like they were going to go 4 wide for the race lead there. Whoa.
Yeah, this early in the race, I wouldn't be going 4 wide because it's just the second lap out of 16, and that could have took many cars out in the opening laps. No, none of us want to see that, but take a look at that 6th car.
Caution's
William
out.
Duncan.
Brad Johnson.
Whoa.
We have Jeff James on the back straightaway, Adam Derrickson, Kyle Austin, Daniel Day, Jake Rogers. I saw Harrison Buckeye. Charles Jackson's in it. There's Matt Benassi.
Not the mayonnaise. Not the mayonnaise.
Yeah, not going to be 2 in a row for mayonnaise. Dylan Young may be involved. Let's see, McNamara's car, he has right side damage. Gerard's got damage. Looks like Shelley, possibly Sky Commons, maybe Henry Sanford. Oh wow, probably who would have been my favorite to have done this or won this race because he's done so good at these types this year. Trevor Meacham, and it looks like Jeffrey Buckeye also has damage, as well as Derek Benassi. Hard to tell on the 24. Looks like some damage to the back end of Amy Shelley's car. And the 50, Jack Smith, has some left side damage as well. So now let's go ahead and take you back, take a look at this one. Don't quite know where this one started at. And we're back. Looks like this one started between the 19 and the 12 there. Amy Shelley in the 12, Brad Johnson in the 19. And looks like that's just a case of about 4 wide and 2 lanes of traffic. Wouldn't you say so? Oh, wow. Look at the 24 working his way through it. Oh, that's definitely a skilled driver behind the wheel of that machine. Would you agree with the statement of that looked like it may be just a case of trying to fit 4 cars into 2 lanes of traffic? Right here.
I didn't hear you the first time.
Saying, looks like this was just a case of maybe trying to fit 4 cars into 2 lanes of traffic.
Yeah. As
you kind of had this right here, and that's where where the wreck starts. So.
Yeah, so many cars, so little room.
Oh wow, we didn't even see this part. This is where like other guys get involved. This is when Amy Shelley comes back up onto the track. Looks like a couple guys though did a pretty good job of actually making it through this.
Yeah, with little or minimum damage.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take an onboard with one of those. On board the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet of Charles Sanford. Watch him work his way through this.
See, he barely got any damage.
I don't think he got any in that at all. Unless he hit someone up here. I don't think he hit anyone in that. Great job by the 24.
I don't think that'll be a factor because it's super speedway racing. Even with a little damage, you can still win one of these things. So I think Charles Sanford is pretty okay for now.
Definitely. Let's take you back to the green flag here from Zen Joltis, though. Just a couple laps into the books. Shouldn't be halfway done or halfway home when we get the green flag, though. Shouldn't, at least. And we are back. Field coming through turn 3 as there will be 10 laps to go when we hit the stripe. 4 drivers have retired are during the caution. Those drivers are Dylan Young, Mary Shelley, Kyle Austin, and Jake Rogers. And your top 10 is William Duncan, John Azalea, Seth Cole, Elijah Workman, Gene Sanford, Jacob Budd, Jerry Shelley, Warren Cherry, Danny Everett, and Sam Young. With 11th through 20th being Kyle Thomas, Matt Dixon, Jeff Ozzie Jr., Kyle Sosnowski, Chris Washer, Charles Sanford, Harrison Buckeye, Devin Whitson, and Jeffrey Buckeye. Wait, hold on. No, okay, yeah. Okay. And Sky Commons. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem like it would be 20, yeah. Let's see, so I'm pretty sure what it is the top. There are 18 guys who really don't have that much damage that might affect them. Devin Whitson being the last of those. Buckeye has some major rear end damage, so it should be interesting to see who is actually up to speed here on this restart. Wouldn't you agree? Or as we get the green flag. Sorry, did I cut out on that a little bit?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Sorry, it makes me nervous when someone doesn't respond. Like, I can understand a couple seconds, but it's almost unnerving, especially when I know I have the tendencies to have it cut out on me. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Well, I pressed C instead of V. Well, Whitson was able to get past the 0. Where is he? Oh, there's the 0. Okay. Probably should have just come back like this. Jerry Shelley making a move for the lead here. 3 wide between, well, not anymore, but he takes the lead now. It's 3 wide between William Duncan, John Azalea, and Warren Cherry. Kind of interesting to look up here and just think of like who I know actually has a win and who I know doesn't. As they're 4 wide there, no problems so far as long as they don't get too close to each other there. Kyle Thomas, he hasn't won since Kansas last season in the chase. I know he's looking forward to trying to get that second win whenever it does come.
Everybody's looking. They win a race. Everybody's looking for their second win of a season or in their careers.
Well,
but,
for him it would be a career,
that doesn't
unfortunately.
happen,
Yeah,
so.
for him it would be a career. I know he's a talented driver. I know it'll happen eventually. I mean, just look at Jackson. Took him a season and a half to finally get that first win. As Jerry Shelley continues to lead the Wolf. What is the sponsor actually on that? It's Wolf what? Wolfpack Rentals or something, I guess? Is that what it is? The new James Busher sponsors? Let's see. Wow. Field really has calmed down and spread out a little bit. I mean, this is a 7. Well, now it's only like 16 car lead pack.
Yeah, it's kind of, if you ever watch those races on TV, those little superbike races, MotoGP, AMA, World Superbikes, whatever series you watch, you usually see these little groups of maybe, let's see, 5 to 10 sometimes. Mostly it's only 3 to 4. This is Inorl racing. We got 16 cars in the lead pack. Ooh, we got the 5.
Okay, I know I didn't set up pit stops, but he missed it. He's like nearly missing pit road. This was interesting. Oh, wow!
Whoa!
And something else I saw, he's lost the draft. Chris Washer. And now we get Elijah Workman's in danger of losing the draft. Almost. He's back. Wow. I didn't see people actually losing the draft. I really did not. Other than maybe those that got damaged.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Somebody must have been slowing down or had an engine problem or something, because no cars seem to just disappear away from the pack that quick and that much.
I don't know. Well, we got, let's see, it's like 15 car lead draft now, I guess, or 14 actually. Now that Sam Young has dropped out of this pack. And it looks either he's already, well, no, okay, so they fixed whatever it was that was wrong with the 5 car. Unfortunately for him, though, no help, and so he will most likely lose a lap real quick here without the aid of anyone.
And what a shame.
Yeah, the Daytona 500 winner having a problem coming down under green flag conditions and with absolutely no help. As Jerry Shelley, Seth Cole now doing their best to try and break away from everyone. Wow. Not your prototypical Zen Joltis race, is it? Well, here they come now. Okay. Very interesting to see just like two guys just able to break away like that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. And once again, comparing to other forms of racing, if you ever, I don't watch this form of racing, but many people do. Cycling, where a bunch of people get into a line, basically.
Kind of like we're having fun right there, yeah.
Yeah. And they usually switch off the lead. One goes to the back of the field, one goes. But this is, they don't go to the back of the field, but it's quite similar to that.
They do the same in running as well.
Exactly.
But let's see. Wow. So you have 38 cars on the track. Now, of course, the last of which being Sam Young as Seth Cole moves to the outside line. Maybe just try and get some air on his nose there a little bit. Warren Cherry now moves up into second. John Azela and William Duncan now the top four. And Seth falls right back into line in fifth. Oh, well, maybe not. Okay, there he goes. Yeah, right in front of Kyle Sosnowski. Good to see Kyle up here in the front. I mean, he's had a bad season. He hasn't won since one of the Poconos last season. So he's carrying a 40-plus race winless streak. But when we bring up long winless streaks, we can't forget about Jerry Shelley's. He has hit the 50-race winless streak mark, as the fact that his last win was Texas back in season 1. And so, yeah, it's been over 50 races for Jerry Shelley since he last tasted the sweetness that is Victory Lane.
Yeah, and seeing that 27 car of Jerry Shelley is still managing to keep the lead after all this time, which is pretty amazing for a super speedway track. But let's take a look at that 10 car of Warren Cherry trying to take that lead away.
Yep, he's got Seth Cole right behind him. The Indy 500 winner trying to make his move up to the front, making sure he doesn't have to go a long wait between victories. Knowing also that he has to get another win in this next 4 races before, otherwise he will not be one of the 16 drivers to make the chase.
Yeah, and that's extremely stressful. And the trick is to not let the stress get to you, or you'll just make mistakes in almost every single lap, almost every race and all that. So Seth Cole just needs to keep his cool, and if he does that, he should be just fine when it comes to the chase.
And you see it right here. We are down to 12 guys now in this lead pack as Charles Sanford and Elijah Workman have lost the draft. Granted, they might be able to come back up, but they are in the process of losing this draft, and they are single file, so kind of upsetting there to see that one happen. It really is interesting, the fact that these guys are losing the draft. I mean, I've never seen that happen at any super speedway.
It's a weird race out there right now, but it could
lap car.
Coincidence, people just having problems with the car.
Oh, here comes John Azela.
People up and all that. It could be something else. So maybe at the end of the race we'll find out.
Well, Harrison Buckeye just did his best to try and bring the pack all back together as he just held up most of the lead pack. And we're back. Here's a front of the pack rundown as Jerry Shelley will now go to the race lead. He is leading. Then it's now Warren Cherry second, John Azalea third, Kyle Sosnowski fourth. Seth Cole is in fifth with Jeff Ozzie Jr., Matt Dixon, Danny Everett, Gene Sanford, and Jacob Budd, your lead pack, with William Duncan tailing it as well. Kyle Thomas lost lead pack after trying to battle with the Zero. Elijah Workman and Charles Sanford lost it even before then. And the leaders are closing in on Sam Young. Oh, this must be getting nerve-wracking for a lot of these guys up here, because now they're realizing, hey, it's a small pack, and we're getting down to the end of this.
Yeah, and coming when they cross the line, which they are about to do, it's gonna be 2 laps to go. That's go time for these crew chiefs and drivers. That's what they want, to take the lead away and just run away, go to the sunset. But take a look at Jerry Shelley just keeping his cool, even though he's getting applied pressure by the 10 of Warren Cherry.
Yeah, definitely. And he has no teammates out here. 27 is a solo car operation. I'll say this: anyone in this top 11, I feel like, can probably win it. Although I'd say your best shot is if you are one of these top 4 cars, because they're the closest right now to the race leader. As Seth Cole goes to the outside for third. Not sure how well that's going to go. I'm surprised that the... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
We haven't had any cautions since the first incident we have. So, I don't think we're going to see a caution finish. I think we're going to see this go all the way.
I think so too, as now the leaders have to negotiate this lapped car of Sam Young. Bob Johansson's right in front of them as well as they come down to the white flag. 1 lap to go. And you see it there. That light is green. We will race it back no matter what. Shelley to the outside of Johansson. Seth Cole to
lap traffic.
Seth Cole to the inside of the 10. And that's the same scheme that Seth drove.
Only 3 cars have a shot.
Yeah, that's the same scheme that Seth drove to the Indy 500 win. Or, I don't mean Indy 500, the Brickyard 400 win, the Indianapolis win that he had. Right to the back bumper of Shelley. Does he have anything for him? Now's not going to be the time to just hold it in and wait.
Yeah, we're talking earlier in the race broadcast that Seth Cole's going to need to win and get in this chase. This could be the day. All he needs to get to the inside of Jerry Shelley.
Yep. I don't know. Is this turn 3 or is it turn 4?
I think it might be turn 3.
No, it's 4.
No, turn 4.
And coming down to the line, Jerry Shelley, a 2-time Coke Vanilla Cup winner. As we just kind of watch him go off into turn number 1 here, after passing the start-finish line.
I think all these fans here at the Zandvoort Superspeedway had their butts glued to their seats, just gripping onto the sides. That was pretty great racing, and unlike the Hooters Nationwide race, it went all the way to the end, and that's what you get when you go all the way in. You get good racing, so.
Definitely. Here are the last 2 that will be crossing the start-finish line, as they are battling for the 34th position. Nice close battle between these 2. I mean, they're obviously not going to get a good finish. But I'll say this is 3 points to whoever can win this battle. And it'll be McNamara. But there's the winner. Jerry Shelley grabbing his first win since season 1 at Texas.
Wow.
And now with that, I am proud to say that the top 7 in points all have a race win this season. Or at least the top 7 of those coming into this race. So now the top guy who doesn't have a win is Jacob Budd. At least of those that were in the top 10 points, pretty much. Just kind of surprised Jerry Shelley didn't do like so many people there and just like come around another lap. Your top 10 behind Jerry Shelley, though: Seth Cole, Warren Cherry, John Azalea, Kyle Sosnowski, Gene Sanford, Matt Dixon, Jeff Ozzie Jr., William Duncan, and Danny Everett. Chris, what was your opinion on today's racing, on the racing that we saw today?
Well, it wasn't a photo finish, but you don't need photo finishes to have good racing. And that's like the rule. That's like what you say basically when you go to a road course track in sports car racing. But Seth Cole and Jerry Shelley, they up in the booth. We had sweat all over us on that final lap. It was good racing. So Zen Joltis always provides some good racing. This has to be up there.
Definitely, and I'll add this as kind of like a final word to get in there. With Jerry Shelley getting the win, Warren Cherry, now our third place finisher here today, will now need another win in order to make the chase. Otherwise, he will join Seth Cole as one of those with a win that did not make the chase.
Yeah, and if I can recall correctly, we only got 3 more races to do it.
Yeah, 23 complete. 23 complete. We decide the chase field after race 26. This series, the final 3 races will be Bristol, California, and Richmond in that order. Warren Cherry, the winner at California earlier this season. Oh, should probably show you guys the bottom of the finishing order if I didn't already. So congrats to Jerry Shelley, and for Chris Washer, I'm Goran Fan 291. This has been a projection of the Inorl Racing Uncontained. We'll see you next week. I think all 3 series will be at Bristol.
Oh boy, short track racing.
You said it. We'll see you guys there. Jerry Shelley coming down to celebrate his first win in over 50 races. We've done that quite a few times this year. We have had Mary Shelley get her first win. Charles Jackson just last week. Brennan Patterson snapped a 50-plus race winless streak this year. There are some drivers who are in the 40s right now in winless streaks. They'll reach 50. Could we break those streaks this year? Oh, and whoops. Forgive Jerry on that one. He's a little new to this. His last win, he didn't do a victory celebration. We've had, who was the other one that actually had not won yet and they actually won this year? Oh, well, Shelley's done with his celebration. And we'll see you guys next week. I believe it's from Bristol still. I'm not quite sure, though.